I'm sorry. Well, Orson, I do apologize, but it looks like
what?
Orson?
Don't apologize. Just fix the problem.
I can't. I don't have enough time. Orson.
This whole production. I don't.
Scoundrel
you
has
can't
broken
even bother
into the
to
studio.
give me. You can't even bother to get me a name card.
Somebody stole it, Orson.
And people are already confused as to my identity.
Yeah, nobody knows who the fuck you are. You're old as shit.
This whole production is a bunch of shit. This whole production is amateur hour.
So Orson, why don't you?
What is this? What is this mighty swell going for it grapefruit spiked seltzer? What on earth is a spiked seltzer? Bring me a scotch on the rocks.
So Orson, what has happened to your hair?
I didn't have too much of it at the end anyway, and I decided when I got to hell that I just let them singe the rest of it off. It's much easier now I don't have to Brill cream it as much, and it's just as much easier to maintain.
Right.
Is that the question? Is that the question you brought me back from the dead to ask?
No,
is this what show business? Is this what show business has come to? Some people out there,
because they're in a younger, they don't know who the fuck you are. So we're gonna have to.
It's like no one's heard of Citizen Kane. I filmed Citizen Kane with less cinematic technology than all of you carry around in your pockets at any given time, and it's considered still a masterpiece, and no one's heard about it. Well, that's my whole fucking life and afterlife in a nutshell. So, you know what? I'm just gonna drink. I'm just gonna drink here, and this is how I got through all those commercial shoots that I had to do at the end there. I did one for Paul Masson that I'm sure you've watched on your YouTube website.
Nobody knows what the fuck you're talking about.
No one's ever seen me get drunk when I'm trying to do the Paul Masson champagne commercial, and ultimately they got just enough footage that had to come back and record the voiceover in post because they couldn't get it live. This whole culture's gone to shit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Orson. Let me...
What? What's your question?
I'm just finding this question, Orson. Hold on.
You're finding a question. I remember Hollywood Squares when I was alive. All right, it's like my good friends like Paul Lynde and Don Adams and other people who are not other geniuses not appreciated in their time like me were on Hollywood Squares, and I always remember they ran a good production. It's apparently gone to the dogs since I passed away.
Well, speaking of your passing, in what decade did you pass away? In what decade did you die, Orson?
Let me see. I remember Jimmy Carter. I remember old Ronnie Reagan, an old washed up has-been, managed to finagle his way into the White House. It was sometime in the sometime in the late 1980s, I want to say. I don't know. It was all a haze of the Paul Masson people. They paid me in just crates and crates of Paul Masson. They didn't actually give me any money, so let's say the 1980s.
We don't have to listen to his old elderly ramblings any longer, Jasuki. He says that he has died in the 80s.
Yeah, it must have been before I was born. It had to be. So I'm going to say yes.
Do you agree with him?
Yeah.
That it's the 80s?
Yeah.
Well, you are correct. Orson Welles died in 1985.
Fantastic. This comes as news to me as much as anyone.